Good morning. Today I'm going to show you the art of measuring everything that you eat. Well, you can call it art or agony. You can call it self torment or self discipline. Either way, it works. Today I'm going to show you how I did calorie deficit for the past 8 months and lost almost 10 kgs. Today there is sun. It's not so gray. I can see the sunrise and it's beautiful. Hi, I am Madhu. Welcome back to my channel and I hope you're all doing very well. This year in May, I started doing calorie deficit and lost almost 10 kgs. So before we begin, I just wanted to tell you that I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian or in healthcare industry in any way or form. This is just me sharing information about how I did calorie deficit this year and lost the weight I was struggling to lose. So, if you're watching this, just remember that each of our bodies are different, and what may apply to me need not necessarily apply to you. Let's go. So, this year, sometime in May, I was actually kind of done with the way I was feeling about myself. Generally, in spring, I am already suffering from pollen allergy here in Germany, and I was feeling absolutely bad about myself. I'm going to insert a picture of myself from the day I decided to change my diet. I was not looking happy at all, even with all those delicious food I cooked for a picnic with my friend. So, on the day, I decided to change my diet and do something that will work, which is calorie deficit, and I started the very next day. Let us talk about calorie deficit for a bit. So, this is my understanding of what a calorie is. Simply put, it is a unit of energy. It is the energy that is required to keep you alive, to think, to blink, or even to sleep. Everything that you do, from scrolling your phone to running a marathon, uses up energy, and food gives you that energy. For instance, when we say that this meal has 500 calories, it just means that this food is going to give you 500 units of energy to use. Now, your body needs a certain number of calories to maintain itself. For instance, to keep the background things going, like keeping your heart beating, digesting food, regulating temperature, etc. This is called maintenance calories. Basically, whatever that you eat equals whatever that you burn. A calorie deficit is when you give your body less energy than it needs to maintain itself or than it needs to maintain its current weight. So, on a calorie deficit, the body starts dipping into the stored energy, which is the body fat. That's why if you stay on calorie deficit for a longer time, you start losing body fat, thereby losing your weight. To give you a quick background about my food habits, I was eating irregularly, by which I mean some days I will eat one meal, on another day I'll be eating two meals, and most of the days I'll be skipping breakfasts. I used to think that I was eating less, and I would keep wondering why am I not losing weight even when I am eating very, very less. But the point is, some days I will eat a very simple home cooked meal. On the next day, I'll be eating a fully loaded pizza with a side of French fries. So things were not adding up. But having said that, I am a healthy person. I did not have any health issues. I was also very active. I would go for long walks and I used to play badminton semi regularly. And I did yoga almost every day, but my weight was not budging. So, calorie deficit felt like the only foolproof way for me to get rid of the excess weight I was holding. I know that counting calories can be time consuming and sometimes just overwhelming and annoying, but in April I got fired and lost my job, so I had quite some amount of time on my hands to experiment and stick to the diet. The way I counted my calories was using an app that helped me measure the calories that I was consuming. So if you are an Android user or if you're using Samsung phone, there already is the Samsung Health app which should help you track your calories. But since I'm using iPhone, I used a different app to log and measure the calories that I was consuming. I'm going to make my lunch now and let me show you how it goes. Let's go. Today I am making a simple meal and you can see here that I am diligently measuring almost everything that goes into my food, including the oil. So when I started, I was weighing 71 kgs. My maintenance calories was 2100. So I needed to eat food that would give me 2100 calories to maintain my weight at 71 kgs. So, in order for me to get to 60 kgs, I am currently eating 1300 calories per day. So, this is the app I use to record and log my calories. As you can see, the total budget today was 1247. And today's breakfast was just milk and some cookies. So, I'm just adding those two first. So after adding the breakfast, you can see that the leftover calories is 1104 for the rest of the day. So we can now go ahead and add all the ingredients from lunch today. So this is how it looks. The total lunch is 511 calories. I forgot to add the papad to this list. But anyways, it's not much. So the lunch calorie is 511 and the leftover calorie is 593 for the rest of the day. And here you can see the meal summary. The lunch today has a protein of 22 grams almost and the fiber of 11 or 12 grams, which is not so bad. It took me 45 minutes to make that meal, but when I started the diet, it was a lot more work to measure everything that was going into cooking. Also, I'm mostly cooking for just one person. That makes everything easier. But if you're cooking for more than one person and if the other person is not following the diet or anything, then that's going to make everything difficult. That being said, let me give you all the side effects and negatives to this diet. After starting the diet, in the first week, I had severe headache. I think that's because of significant drop in the sugar level and also significant drop in the overall calorie intake. I had to power through it. Over time, it got easier. But nowadays, I get tired a lot more faster than I used to. And also, I used to be able to go without food for longer periods of time, but now that's not possible at all. Another side effect is that I am now feeling the cold weather here in Germany much more intensely than I used to. I think it's because of the fat loss in the body. Due to the fat loss, my tolerance for the cold weather has gone down by a lot. Another thing is that when you are on diet and you're hanging out with friends who are foodies, you're going to be such a pill and disappointment to them. And in social gatherings, you're going to be constantly thinking about the calories rather than just enjoying the food. Now, to the positives of the diet. My old clothes finally fit me again. I had saved some old clothes, hoping that one day I'll lose my weight and finally be able to wear them again. I finally can. Secondly, when I showed you the app which I'm using to count my calories, it clearly showed the amount of protein and fiber intake. I am still struggling to increase my protein intake, but seeing these numbers and fixing certain things have completely changed my metabolism and it has gotten much, much better than what it used to be. Thirdly, the best thing about this diet is that I did not have to restrict myself from eating the foods that I love. I just had to keep in mind the quantity I'm taking in and also the calorie budget for the day. Doing this has given me a better grasp on portion control. Last but not least, I do not have any energy left for any kind of bullshit, including my own. I just stopped caring about unnecessary things because I literally do not have the energy for it. For the sake of completion, let me show you my dinner. I ate some delicious salad with lots of chickpeas, cheese, and cucumber, and some rice with yogurt and leftover mushroom from the afternoon. So, this is the amount of calories I consumed for dinner. I also ate some pudding for extra protein. I took 63 grams of protein and 17 grams of fiber, which is decent. Currently, I weigh 61.5 kgs and it's Christmas season, holiday season. So I let go a bit and I'm eating in maintenance calories, which means I'm eating a little bit more and just focused on maintaining my weight rather than losing it. Also, if you're going to do calorie deficit, remember to move your body. Don't compromise on movement. I play badminton regularly now and I also do yoga every day. So that's it for the video. I know calorie deficit is not so easy, but here at least it works. If you have something to share, please feel free to do so in the comments. And if you're interested in this journey of mine, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay happy and healthy. Bye.